Bioware was one of the biggest developers in the RPG space, especially when it came to PC RPGs. They made a lot of great games, more notably the original Baldur's Gate games and Knights of the Old Republic. Before EA bought them out, they bought them out after the first Mass Effect game. EA bought Bioware. But before that point, they were such a huge name in the gaming industry as a whole.
Pandemic Studios was a huge company in 2007. They made Star Wars Battlefront, which was a very, very successful take, maybe the only successful take of the prequel trilogy of Star Wars, to like make that into a game. The only thing good that ever really came out of that. They made Mercenaries, which was an open world, or early, I would say, open world combat exploration game. And then they made Destroy All Humans, which was a very cool game about an alien that liked to kill people, and in like a 1950s style. A really exciting company, and they had a lot of great ideas, and they were very popular.
EA is often mocked as one of the worst businesses of all time, one of the worst companies to work for of all time. They're pretty notorious for buying studios and acquiring IP just to kill them off pretty soon after, which, for the longest time was seen as like an EA trademark, but honestly, like in the year 2025, that's become more commonplace than you would expect. I mean, hell, we see that happen right now with companies that Microsoft is buying, and they're one of the console manufacturers. But for the longest time, that was kind of like what EA was to a lot of people. They weren't just like a publisher who published The Sims and Need for Speed. They were seen as like the most evil corporation of all time.
You never want to see really successful companies get bought out by companies where you look at their general output and it's very boring. These two companies were awesome. I think very reliable. They always had their creative touches that you could see. And when you see like a huge company like EA snatch them up, they always say like, well, no, it's not going to be anything big. We're just giving them more money and more ability. But inherently that when EA buys these companies, their goal is to milk as much money out of them as possible. And that's never good for the end result of the product. And I think you see that today.